Good morning, YouTube. Today, we're going to upgrade my Ferrari 458 with more carbon fiber.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan. This is my garage, and this channel is all about the supercar ownership experience, buying and selling them, maintaining them, DIY work in them. And today, we're going to do some more DIY work on my Ferrari 458, so it's time for some more upgrades.
Upgrade, which he spells thusly. With two D's, as he says, for a double dose of this pimping.
I reached out to folks at Carbonio, and they have some awesome carbon fiber bits, and actually, they have no drill license plate mounts. So if you didn't know, Texas is one of the states that requires a front license plate. I mean, let's be real, I'm not going to run a front license plate, but you run the risk of getting pulled over, and if you get pulled over, you're going to have to put on a front plate if you want to get the ticket dismissed. Those of you that want to be goody two-shoes and run a front license plate in states that you have to, this is a good solution. And for those of you that don't want to run a front license plate but then want to get your ticket dismissed, this is also a good solution because it is a no drill front license plate mount. And that's the big problem with this car is no one on earth is going to drill a license plate into their front bumper. That's just idiotic. That bumper costs thousands of dollars, so it's just not worth it. So we've got this awesome front license plate mount from Carbonio, and it's actually pretty cheap. And first time I get a ticket, this is going to pay for itself because I'm going to be able to get my ticket dismissed. So I've already been pulled over once and gotten a ticket once for it.
Hey, Deputy Manager, Travis County Sheriff's Office, got your license and your insurance. Reason being stop day, no front license plate, and failed to stop at designated point at that stop sign.
I stopped.
You stopped, not at the designated point. The white line on the ground, your rear tires were at it.
I've been pulled over a few other times and didn't get tickets for it. Let's first mount up this new license plate mount, and then we'll work on some new flappy paddles. With us today is the shop dog, Mo. Moses. Mo. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? You found something to chew on, huh? Alright, well, hopefully it's not metal. You behave, sir. So yes, this video is sponsored by Carbonio. If you want to get some Carbonio stuff, go to carbonio.com and then use the code NGS10. They're going to hook you up with 10% off anything on their store. And to be very clear, they have parts for a lot of different cars. This isn't just Ferrari stuff. I saw a lot of brands and a lot of cars, tons of them. So go check out their website. They probably have some parts for your car, and then you can get some cool stuff. Yeah, go check them out. Also, just a side note, the guy that I was talking to, Rob, who works at Carbonio, super awesome, just like total gearhead. So I always love when you're working with car companies and the employees are like major gearheads. It just makes you feel like, yes, I'm supporting the right companies. Yeah, Rob's awesome. Okay, so here is the front license plate that requires no drilling. And first of all, as you can see, it's got this nice foam material. So obviously that's going to prevent scratching up the car. So basically what it's going to do is clip onto this piece right here. And it's got springs so that when you extend it out, you can see the springs on the bottom. It basically is going to self-grab and hold itself in place. So first thing we obviously need to do is get my license plate off the wall and then mount it onto this, and then we'll actually put it on the car. It should be pretty easy. Okay, we got the license plate mounted on the license plate holder. Seriously, if you can't put in 2 screws, then, well, may God help you. What is it? You find a leaf? Chewing on a leaf. You probably shouldn't eat those, but I mean, I guess it probably doesn't really hurt. Okay, we got the plate holder thing, and we're just gonna extend this out. Kind of a little bit weird just because of the angle, but and ta-da! Yeah, that ain't going anywhere. It's on there pretty good. Wow. Okay, and so then, assuming we were driving and didn't care about the plate, we want to remove it. We just again. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Let's try that again. All right. So that's the trick. Hook it on the back of it first, then pull forward. Oh, look at that. Hi, Mo. You like the plate? Huh? Hi. Hi, Mo. Oh, yes. Oh, it's a good spot, huh? That's a good rubbage. Yeah. Okay, well, let's get that off. Ta-da! That is really cool. So obviously this is pretty handy because if you wanted to like be legal, you could put on the plate, go to a car show, take your plate off without any tools, and it comes off in 2 seconds, literally. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep this in my front trunk, and that way if I get pulled over and they're like, hey, do you have the plate with you? And then I won't give you a ticket, well then I can slap it on real quick. Probably come up with an excuse of, oh, I forgot to put it on, and maybe you'll get out a ticket. I mean, most of the cops really don't care, but hey, you know what? Now I've got some CYA, super cheap and easy. And again, first time I get a ticket again, I can get it dismissed by taking and putting the plate back on real quick. So again, go to carbonio.com, check out their license plate stuff, check out all their products, they got cool stuff, and use the code NGS10 for 10% off. Now, admittedly, I'm far more interested in this upgrade. So we've got some new carbon fiber pedals, but they're not just regular pedals, they are the big pedals. So you can see that is much larger than my hand. And what that's gonna be able to do is make it so that when I'm driving on the street especially, it's gonna be much easier to make sure that you don't miss the pedal when you're trying to shift. So every once in a while, if you got the wheel turned, you try and shift, you miss a shift. First of all, those of you that don't have carbon fiber, well, this is gonna look a lot better. And second of all, it's just gonna be an easier car to drive. So I am a big fan. I've driven the cars that have these bigger upgraded paddles, and let me tell you, they are worth every penny. They are so awesome. We gotta get the old paddles out, the wee little ones. And in order to do that, we have to get the key in the car, turn the steering wheel to just the right position, and use this Allen tool, which they gave in the kit. So supposedly it's kind of difficult, a little bit tricky, because the screws don't look like you can actually get to them, but we're gonna do our best to give it a shot. Are you a fan of carbon fiber, Mo? Is that a yes? Or do you like cookies and treats better, huh? Yeah. Treats are far better than carbon fiber. Yeah, okay. I know, treats, much better. Okay, so we're gonna put the keys in the ignition, and now that we've unlocked the steering wheel, we can turn it to just the right position. So there. Now we can see the two Allen screws, and let me turn the wheel a little bit further. There we go. So that bottom one looks like it's gonna be pretty easy. It's this top one that's gonna be a pain in the butt. They gave me a couple tips. One is you take a card, like a business card, and put it there like so that you don't scratch your leather up. I actually took the little instruction card that came with the kit. Yeah. And then the other tip they gave me was, once you get the Allen key in there, just tap it with a hammer gently a few times to kind of break loose the hex key, the screw. So let's see if we can't get one of these out of here. So getting that lower one is gonna be pretty easy, I think. Oh yeah, we can position that just right. Okay, let's do the hammer tap. Oh yeah. That's why it's so important to tap with the hammer. It feels like it's got thread locker on it. It's like it won't screw very smoothly. You can feel it resisting. So this one's coming out pretty easy, but I suspect that's gonna be not the case with the second one. All right, got that one out. Oh yeah, and you can see there is definitely some thread locker on it. So that is why it was so tight to get out. So they said you kind of gotta get it in just right. Maybe kind of like, okay. And they said try and get it as straight as you can. Ah, there, I could feel it pop in. Let's give it a couple taps. Okay, get some love taps. Oh, look at that, that came really easy. Oh man. All right, they had me all scared when I was talking to them on the phone, but that really isn't that hard. Come on, there, ta-da! Oh yeah, that was not bad at all. So just to show you a size difference, look at that. Especially on the lower side of the pedal, it is much, much larger. But even on the upper side of the pedal, look at that. It's got like a full segment of finger. So that is just amazing how much bigger it is. Also, if you notice, the carbon fiber weave looks nearly identical. So they actually told me that they make it to the same carbon fiber specs as the factory Ferrari stuff. So basically, you can't tell that these are aftermarket at all. They just look perfectly like it's an original Ferrari part. The weight difference is pretty much nothing because, well, it's carbon fiber. So yeah, these are pretty awesome. All right, we got the new pedal. And I believe they said to kind of align the bottom one first. Yeah, let's try and do that with my finger. Just kind of get it aligned. I don't want to scratch my leather because I don't want to cross thread because that will be a pain in the butt. Here we go. There. All right, we got it started. So we're not gonna tighten it all the way. We'll get it just sort of snug. There, so now we can still move it. Now it's gonna be the trickier one. So I'm gonna put the screw on the Allen key first. We'll get that positioned just about right. And align everything just so. Yeah, that could work. So I'm actually using the paddle to turn. Oh, that was brilliant. Yeah, and you can feel the resistance because of the thread locker and because it's kind of riding on the leather. So that's why we got this card in there. Get nice and tight. Okay, so what I did was I actually pulled the paddle towards me a bit to make sure that it aligned the screw just right. So now we got that one. Let's get this lower one tightened. Whoops, and the blinker. Get this tightened down and we should be all set. Oh, look at that. That is sweet. So you can really see how much larger it is on that side than on that side with the original paddle. Oh, poor Mr. Mo. I'm almost done. I promise. All right, got the right one done. Let's do the left one real quick. Poor Mo. Ta-da! Got that side. And got that side. We're all done. All done. So we got my normal guy plate. We're going to leave it in the front trunk so that way if I do need to put it on for any reason, it's always going to be with me and I can put it on without any screws or any tools. That's pretty awesome. And then, perhaps more excitingly, we've got the big ass paddles. Yes. By the way, I think that's what they should name them, the big ass paddles. They look pretty awesome. They seriously look stock. I think we're gonna have to go out and drive this thing in a minute here and just see how they feel because they look so much better. They look so nice, and yes, the action is absolutely the same. Woo! Yeah, that looks good. What do you think, Mo? You excited? Did you find any good stuff, huh? You find any good stuffs? Yeah? Yeah? Oh yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah. Okay, so if you're suffering from carbon fiber envy, you should probably go to carbonio.com. Use the code NGS10, get hooked up with 10% off. So again, they have stuff for lots and lots of different brands, not just Ferraris. Yeah, go check them out. I don't even remember all the brands because there was at least 10 of them. So go check out their website, carbonio.com. Again, use the code NGS10, and your wee little paddles could get upgraded to big paddles. Yeah, you know, the ladies like big paddles. You know what they say about people with big paddles? They shift easier? I don't know. I've never heard that one, so... All right, well, anyway, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you guys are now inspired to do some simple stuff like that because that was super easy. Any of you can do this one. Seriously, it is really easy. This is one of the easiest and coolest upgrades I've done. It took me like 15 minutes. That's it. Be careful not to scratch your leather. Use something to protect the leather. That's the only tip I would say that's really important. And I do think wrapping on it with a hammer helped break loose the Loctites. That's it. Just make sure the key is seated all the way. So, you know, if this isn't seated fully, you could accidentally strip that screw and then it's gonna become a nightmare. Then you're gonna have to pull off the steering wheel and it's gonna suck. Go to carbonio.com, use the code NGS10, get yourself hooked up with 10% off. We're gonna be doing a lot of car stuff. You guys are gonna wanna stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet. Oh, and if someone wants to buy these, let me know. Just come up with a good price and I'll send, yeah, you know. So, there you go.